So hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the 12 Days of Switchmas, and today I will be covering Sonic and Shadow Generations. And this game is absolutely incredible. It's definitely my favorite Sonic game now, even beating out Sonic Adventure 2, which was my previous favorite. And Sonic Generations, the original version, was already amazing, and was already my second favorite Sonic game, and within my top 30-ish favorite games of all time. It was definitely up there. It was still an incredible game, but Shadow Generations elevated it so much. Honestly, Shadow Generations, from like a narrative perspective, actually brings a lot more to the table than the OG Sonic Generations does. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sonic Generations is absolutely amazing in terms of level design and gameplay, but it was missing the story that, like, the other Sonic games had, but Shadow Generations, it actually had a decently enjoyable story here. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool seeing more to, like, Shadow's connection with Black Doom, and also, like, the different abilities that came along with that, and kind of him trying to break his connection with Black Doom, and kind of going on his own and kind of overcoming that. So I thought that was really cool, and since Shadow, kind of like Sonic and Sonic Generations, was kind of trapped in that weird space between time, it was cool seeing, like, Gerald Robotnik as well as Maria there. That was really cool, and seeing Shadow connect with them again, like in that kind of white space there. And I think that was really nice, and a really cool thing there. And the white space was also really cool as well. The hub world was very well designed. It almost took some notes from Sonic Frontiers in some ways with how it was designed, but I feel like it was designed a lot better than Sonic Frontiers, I would say, with like how things were kind of laid out here. I think this works really well as like a hub world, I would say. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to find, and it is really fun. And you can even like play around with your different Doom abilities here as well, like Doom Surf, and also like the one where you can kind of like swim through that fluid as well. I thought that was really fun. There's like little challenges where you can unlock like music and artwork and things, and I thought that was really cool. I really like how that was designed, because in the original version of Sonic Generations, it was kind of lacking an interesting hub world, because it wasn't like too in-depth. You really just had the basic things there, like the levels themselves, as well as like the challenges. So it was really cool seeing like a bunch of other things within the area in Shadow Generations. So yeah, and the level design itself in Shadow Generations is amazing. It is definitely on par with Sonic Generations. And I love like chaos control, like kind of utilizing that in the level. That is really fun, as well as what I mentioned already, like the Doom abilities. But man, chaos control is so satisfying to pull off. Like, they took Shadow's signature ability and actually made it a very fun mechanic. I really want to see more Shadow games in the future, like, because of this. Like, this was an amazing way of handling Shadow, and it definitely kind of gave him, like, more identity, and it, like, I mean, sure, it is very reminiscent of, like, Sonic Generations gameplay-wise, but it definitely added a lot of identity to it, and it was just very fun. And also, like, the segments with Black Doom were very fun as well. It kind of, like, pulled, like, kind of, like, some scenery from, like, Radical Highway, kind of, like, digging into, like, Shadow's past. And I thought that was pretty cool. Like, sometimes it can get really trippy and really interesting, and surprisingly, it ran pretty well on the Switch. I mean, sure, it didn't look as good as other versions, but it still ran surprisingly well, and the Switch version is still a very serviceable version of the game. I'm not going to say a great version, but I would say it's still a pretty good way of playing this game. Like, after playing through Shadow Generations on the Switch, it actually does run decently well, I would say. But yeah, and I also loved, like, the different levels that they chose for them, like, Rail Canyon was pretty cool, as well as Kingdom Valley from Sonic 06. Honestly, that was my favorite level out of Shadow Generation, and it's kind of funny because it's from Sonic 06. So, yeah, the level selection is just pretty great, and I really enjoyed it. And also, like, the boss fights are pretty fun as well. Like, seeing Mephiles return is very cool. And yeah, so anyways, I really enjoyed Sonic and Shadow Generations. I didn't really go into Sonic Generations that much, because I feel like there isn't too much to be said. They didn't really add that much to the Sonic Generations part. I mean, yeah, they did add some, like the collectible chows and everything, and that was pretty cool, but, like, other than that, it was mostly Shadow Generations that was the star of the show here. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Goodbye.